I guess the best you can do is not acknowledge me today, since you've done everything else possible to knock me down.
Jack Foster. When I walk into a room, the atmosphere changes. The climate gives up respect. People get into formation. It's too bad, the same can't be said about you.
I don't need that kind of validation. You do.
One thing's for sure. It's apparent you and the members in your family can't possibly be financially productive. If you have a bone to pick with me, once a month.
Communicating is only as good as the ears listening.
Right. The same psychobabbling nonsense you uttered to me that day in your office.
You've been fucking with me constantly, when I only tried to help you, as you requested.
Help. So that's what you call help. Feeding authorities false and inaccurate information. Getting me arrested on bogus charges.
You weren't listening, I stated, Richard. You didn't have many friends on the force back then.
You tried to fuck with my money. Finances you and your family would never touch in this lifetime.
My involvement wasn't as deep as you think, and please don't strike me. I hope this is finally a violence-free zone.
Then get out before it's too late.
Hear what I'm saying, for God's sake. Most times there were others who I condemned and punished. Rightfully so. When I had the authority, I held these people accountable. Somehow your name became a target. It was a mix-up of details. Everyone clearly misunderstood and misconstrued.
You were slow to fix it.
Come on, a lot happened. I was getting to the problem. My son got into deep trouble. Jesus, Richard. Congratulations, you've successfully ruined a young man's life by making him a social outcast due to his parents' hardship and misfortune.
I don't give a rat's fucking ass. I showed your boss and colleagues just how incompetent you are. After you failed to render your assistance to a man who told you what you'd receive if you double-crossed him.
It wasn't so bad to do what you did. My entire family was affected indefinitely.
As you can see, I'm on my way out. I'm dressed for an intimate, luxurious dinner with my wife. Something I'm sure you're very unfamiliar with at this point.
You know every fucking thing, don't you? You're the big wealthy man on campus with all the connections, big fish in a small pond, right?
And everywhere else.
Not everywhere. Sorry if you feel offended, not my problem.
I'm in a good mood. I'm going to let you embarrass yourself a little longer as I finish this contract.
Well, I want to thank you.
The fact you're still breathing is what you should be thanking me for.
There comes a time when a man has to stand up to his violator.
And you're here to do that now. Again.
I started to say, I want to thank you for an introduction fit for what I embody as the jerk of the fucking year. You take the crown. I really don't appreciate you getting Joe Williams involved with my sister-in-law.
Who?
My wife's sister, Caroline. One of the little people you enjoy stepping on. You love to act and pretend dumbfounded and clueless.
Those will never be words to describe me. Ever. They're your characteristics, not mine.
You won't have the senator on your side for long, so enjoy the ride of forced bribery, coercion, and blackmail.
What you're telling me is, you want me to keep my foot on your neck. Right? By the way, I like the new change.
What change?
Jack. You passed mirrors in the lobby on your way here. Take a look in them sometime.
There's been no change, other than your usual yet new assignment attacks on my family.
Did Karen finally convince you to shower and drink from the pantry again? You look more hydrated.
I was pale as a ghost for a while, on my way out, which my loving wife convinced me to seek medical attention. So what? It's not your goddamn business, Richard. You attend to your own affairs for once. Whenever I think you can't go any lower, you do just that.
I told you a long time ago, this would be the life you'd live. If you didn't make shit happen in my favor, you fucked around. And found out. Didn't you? Police chief.
In the worst way. Are you happy now you successfully completed your mission?
Not quite.
I'm so angry my wife's lost her mind, humiliating herself around town, telling our business to whoever will listen.
You're doing this to yourself.
I am not. See your role in this situation.
Calm the fuck down, or the hospital will be your next stop.
How can I? You're trying to drive me insane.
Try harder, or get scraped up on my expensive floors. Your choice.
Fine.
Sophia. I didn't leave. I'm right beneath you in the study on the second floor. You look so peaceful in bed I didn't want to disturb you. I just can't drop everything. I'm sorry, my love. And what you told me about Taylor's associate, and I'm not blaming you, is utterly ridiculous. What fool adopts an adult? Totally willing to give a grown person, legitimately attain legal rights, to everything they worked for. This country has gone to hell. I truly want no parts, except to rake in the billions. Help the less fortunate of my people, in the process. Everything else all the new age bullshit they can keep. If we're being honest here. I know. Women enjoy brunches and comparing notes. Do what you can to make sure Taylor doesn't get too close to this girl who wants to come up off someone else's riches. because this young lady's living in a fantasy. And that could be dangerous for us later. Honey, it's apparent why this young lady thinks this way. Someone turned her out. Gave her a rap sheet and golden showers most likely. Corrupted her mind. Our Taylor's a good girl. Let's try and keep it that way. Darling, take it easy. Just let the medicine kick in. True. Many look at us entrepreneurs and business owners as having lots of money, not realizing the gains, the losses, dedication and sacrifices we take to keep these businesses floating. I've also said this plenty times, looks can be deceiving. It takes money to make money. Yes, my love. I'm a little tired and I'm coming to bed soon, but this can't wait another second. No one in the oil sector or these sick hungry bloodsuckers from the media or any industry are going to bully us around. You're absolutely right. Uh-huh. You better believe it, Sophia. I'm writing this anonymous email to let the media industry know just who they hired. He did it to himself. Now the lawnmower is hungry for grass. Bill Morgan doesn't have an IQ. It's pointless to think otherwise. His character is equivalent to a dirty mop belonging to an old rusty outhouse from the 70s. Richard, that smug son of a bitch, who wants me to join forces with him like this, had the nerve to deny. He sent his underpaid jailbirds to destroy our reputation and home. It didn't work, of course. People are still doing business with us. I was ready to fight him right then and there, honey. I was beyond pissed. But I had to train my mind to be stronger than my desire to punch him in his beard. Or else I was going to lose myself. You are correct. What we know is, people get real vulnerable. Change tunes when the original plan starts failing miserably.
Whoa! Like, what the hell's going on?
It's okay, relax. I won't bite.
Have you been eating doo-doo biscuits for breakfast?
Wow, you're absolutely obscene, Mr. Williams. What are you talking about, these certain kind of biscuits?
This must have been the reason that caused you to search for me.
I never heard of these.
So you say.
I do.
I find that hard to believe.
Maybe you think natural process of the body and bathroom humor is entertaining. I think not.
With all the brown nosing you park rangers do to get free meals from many campsites.
Stop it.
Who you fooling?
Look. Don't be disgusting, you're too old to speak and act like a juvenile.
Entrapment for an entanglement. Call it what it is.
Not necessarily.
Look into my eyes, can't you see I'm caught off guard? I didn't know you'd be here.
Get over it.
I was told anonymously there'd be a large box of free medications here for me.
At the top of a mountain?
Check your attitude at the door.
What door? Surprise. I'm here. Deal with it instead of complaining.
Not my type of surprise.
Have a seat, Mr. Williams. Before you bring about your death at the bottom of the cliff.
Testing me once again, right?
Making things difficult is what you love to do, I see.
Pipe down, Caroline.
Who are you speaking to that way? You're not my father.
It's you.
Where's your manners? You don't point at a lady.
You've seen worse.
Why can't we enjoy this beautiful scene here?
Feeling romantic, are we?
Are we in sync or not?
You'd like that.
What a shame people are crazy out here, it's terrible. I'm only being friendly. No need to be mean and nasty. You don't. It's wrong.
To answer your question, no. I'm not feeling it.
People never know when something good is happening to them.
Something good. Look, I'm one chocolate handsome man. The higher power definitely did that. Broke the mold when creating this king sitting next to you.
How can I get into your physical traits when you keep being disrespectful, hurling insults left and right?
I don't know, but the sooner you realize I'm not the one whose picnic you can piss on, the sooner you'll be better off.
You're full of it. You like to hear yourself talk and control things.
And acknowledge whether it's up your alley or not, damn it.
Here you go again. Spewing profanity. Explosive Joe is what they should call you. My goodness.
Let's get back to business, shall we? Did you follow directions at the Enlightenment? Shit, no. You kicked and screamed. The entire session acting as if you was white girl wasted and I didn't have the pedigree and credentials to drop shit.
Look, I'm a park ranger of 32 years and counting. I have standards. Show a little respect for a lady.
Where is this lady you keep talking about? Stop pulling shit out the sky.
You're awful.
What you say?
You heard me.
Leave.
You'd love that. Wouldn't you?
You're only hurting yourself. When you pretend you don't crave this eggplant every night.
What? Do you ever quit with this filthy talk?
I wouldn't hate it if you left. That's for sure.
Can't you behave? Very unnecessary. I understand what happened. It was uncomfortable for both of us. You must think I'm not progressive enough.
You don't say.
Of course I am, Mr. Williams. You don't get to my age and not visualize all four corners of the board in life.
Because you long to escape a perfect world to go slumming. Is that it?
Slumming, I don't know such of the sort. Hear me out. I'm just trying to convey what I thought was obvious on game night.
This is almost better than my shows Bookham Downhill and Jackie Brown.
Keep your riddles and media content preferences to yourself. And as I was saying, you asked me back to the game show to answer more questions. To pick my brain a little more. I was enjoying myself, you just couldn't tell.
Really?
Because I was deep in thought about my sister, doing something nice for her. That afternoon, I wasn't in my clear mind. It's been a nightmare.
I wouldn't want to be the Fosters. Life's pretty messed up for them.
They're suffering an agonizing existence traumatized by the Goldmans. You don't have to rub it in.
You're tired of rubbing them out. Hence your visit here this evening.
I'm powerless to stop the Goldmans' crusade of destruction of my sister's life. So, God's plan was for us to meet that day in the electronics store.
Really?
Yes.
Ridiculous.
It's not.
Stand on shit and mean what you say. It's about respect.
That's what I do in my life. I'm a strong figure for my family, and a pillar in this community.
Caroline, do you hear yourself?
I'm not slow, don't insinuate.
Wake up, smell the menial job. Anyone can do what you're doing. 20-somethings usually do.
How dare you tell a bunch of lies all at once? I'm really starting to think this through seriously.
If you want to dedicate your lifetime efforts to a cause that gives nothing back but put you on a show called Animals Attack.
One that's not even in syndication anymore.
Yes, it is.
Move on.
It's your decision.
The answer's not going to be in these pages you just had me look at. I hope you understand that.
I do. Geez. I can't deal, I hate it. Crying in front of people. I'm going in circles. No one seems to want to hear me.
It happens to the best of us, I'm assuming.
I saw something interesting recently.
I'm sure you're going to share what that is.
A 1,000-pound, 13-foot tiger shark was caught off Dolphin Island, in Alabama.
Interesting.
I was amazed. It was during a deep-sea fishing rodeo. It took 45 minutes to strap him down. I'm that shark, Mrs. Goldman. Going down with a fight, since I lost my profession, and many things sustaining a happy, fulfilling life. And yes, for sure, you heard right.
Sounds horrible.
My health is failing. I have these big, ugly varicose veins popping out of my legs.
You should get a doctor to examine them.
You'd think it would be the next move. Even wounded animals don't want the insurance I have.
Tragic.
What did I do to deserve all of this?
It's not a big deal.
Easy for you to say. You're rich.
Let's be clear. We worked hard for what we acquired. Grinding is what we do. On a daily basis.
I'm sure you do. But backtracking for a minute. Woman to woman. Are you experiencing any health problems remotely of what I explained?
I'm sorry. I have to take this call.
Go ahead.
Valencia, we went over this. Those particular reports won't be generated until tomorrow. I'm not at liberty to discuss momentarily. We'll talk when I return. Very good. Business is a priority. Always will be regardless of a current situation.
I know. I'm taking a quick break from my job as well. I could attempt to call what I do supplemental income, but I know in my heart, that's not true.
This is not a break by any means. And honestly, we can't afford another incident on Goldman Oil premises.
I understand. I really do.
Incoming. I'm here, Mr. Highlander. As I mentioned, we have a buyer. I assure you, this is the one. We can be an asset for your business. Your company. We have a phone appointment on Friday mid-afternoon. I sent an email with the details. Yes, sir. I look forward to speaking with you then. Continue.
No worries. Anyway. Here's big love for how ravishing you look. In the boutique fashions you own.
Thank you. We're open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9 to 5. Come by and shop.
Your garments are much too rich for my blood. My husband would kill me if I spent money we don't have.
Next time.
Most likely not. But I must say, you're such a beautiful queen. I totally get how important it is to recognize, and I'm doing just that.
Thank you very much. Although, I can't help to think, there's a hidden motive you're not revealing.
I see what you're saying.
But it was very nice to receive your compliment.
Sure. I love to give them out when I'm not exhausted. So, I hope I'm not being disrespectful, but the nightly news doesn't do you justice.
Mrs. Foster.
Please. Call me Karen.
You were crying in our lobby.
How embarrassing I must have looked.
You asked repeatedly to meet you here to talk. Since you appeared visibly afraid with cold feet, at my husband's closed office door.
Yes, this is true. He gives me chills. So deep in my bones. You're a brave woman.
Excuse me, what do you mean by that?
Oh, I didn't mean to offend. No way, I would never. Certainly not.
That's the feeling I got.
It was simply an observation.
Maybe you should observe the fact that I'm a very busy woman, running a successful multi-million-dollar conglomerate oil company with my husband.
I'm hearing you.
The spotlight is always on us. And our company. So please, how about you tell me what's incredibly important, because we know you'd otherwise become unglued again.
Wow. My. You're blunt and straight to it like Richard. I see why you're together. The picture's clear. Like the numerical figures lacking on my paycheck. Cutting breaks to people just don't exist in the Goldman clan, am I right? Same old treatment. Different spouse.
We're straight shooters.
Point taken and crystal clear, I believe you, my goodness. Anyway, carrying on. So, Jack and I. We were once high energetic, business-driven type of people. Ready to conquer the world. In every way. You know.
Did you just use slang?
Entertain for just a moment, please. My apology if I did.
Yes, it's okay to send the files. Make sure they've been copied on a thumb drive. Send stat and confidential. I'll be there shortly. No problem. You were saying.
Now I feel like my family and I are just swaying in the breeze. To be blown down like a monstrosity of a tornado. Swallowed and chewed up like being eaten by a vicious hungry animal. It's madness.
Relax.
Like some goddamn trash on the day after a holiday.
Clearly you're not okay.
I'm relieved getting that out. I feel better. I'm sorry things got a little crazy just then, Mrs. Goldman.
Better you did this here and not in our lobby or my husband's office.